Coming up, the Kardashians return to reality TV. It's happening sooner than you think.
Fast, really fast. We're streaming and we get to have a much quicker turnaround.
Plus, Meghan McCain details her dramatic exit from The View. The former host opens up to ET.
It just was no longer worth it to me, what I was giving up personally.
And we couldn't help but wonder, who is Carrie kissing on the set of the Sex and the City reboot? And where is Mr. Big? Hi everyone, and welcome to ET's The Download. Cassie and I are rocking our purple and standing up against bullying of our LGBTQ plus brothers and sisters every day, but especially today in honor of Glad Spirit Day, right?
Yes.
Well, let's keep those spirits high though, because you guys, it is finally happening. After a significantly delayed release because of the pandemic, Dune is finally out in theaters and on HBO Max.
Say it ain't so, Dad. The latest adaptation of the 1965 sci-fi novel is one of the year's most highly anticipated movies. The epic has already brought in over $100 million overseas, and it's sparking some major awards buzz. As far as what the movie's about, well, if you've tried to read the book, you know it's very complicated, but we can tell you there are themes about the environment, human politics, warring families, and divisiveness. And it's all set on the backdrop of a desert planet valued for hallucinogenic spice.
Y'all follow that?
Yeah, no, I don't, and I'm reading it. E.T.'s Lauren Zima talked to the cast, and maybe they can do a better job of explaining it.
Dennis, he had likened the movie to trying to make a Star Wars for adults. And I'm wondering how you would describe the film.
I think the movie is, I don't know, Star Wars for adults. The movie really offers lots of things. The cinematic experience being this operatic, huge science fiction movie that takes you to so many places, but at the same time, there are many themes of relevance today.
The fact that it was the original source material for Star Wars, it's nice to be able to go back to what started it all.
What was it like kind of surviving the desert together?
We had already been in the desert maybe 3-4 weeks, and I was just super grateful when Zendaya got there. I was getting along with everyone. I don't want to sound ageist, but it was great to have someone of the same age, same generation, and we had a really great time. And obviously on set, took the material as seriously as required, but then offset, we were, losing our minds in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah. As we mentioned, this is just the latest adaptation. Right. There have been other attempts to varying degrees of success. Now, David Lynch first brought the story to the big screen back in 1984. And although there is now a cult following for the movie, it didn't really do well at the time. And David revealed last year on his YouTube channel, actually, that he's, quote, sort of proud of everything he's done, except Dune.
Ouch.
Then in 2000, there was a 3-part miniseries that actually won a couple of Emmys, but there's no doubt this might be the Dune to surpass all the other Dunes. I mean, it's already doing it. We mentioned the money it's already made overseas. Right. Plus, y'all, there's Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet.
It's that part for me.
Yeah.
And whether it is the cast or the effects that are available now in 2021, you can see for yourself. Dune is out Thursday in theaters and on HBO Max.
Hello from the other side. Let's have a look. Okay, there's a lot of options. Let's start with helium.
Helium?
Like Alvin the Chipmunk.
And that is what I sound like when I try to sing Adele. Adele just turned Vogue's iconic 73 questions segment up a notch with a surprise bonus round of questions, answering not just 73, but 95 of them. We thank you, Adele. The British singer posted a clip of her round of questioning to Instagram with the caption, 73 questions or something, I've lost count.
Right, me too. In the 18-minute video, that I counted, Adele dished on her top 3 songs she's created and her favorite lyrics that she's ever written. Take a look.
And Someone Like You would be number 1. I think there's a new song on the new album that would be my number 2, or be my second one. And then When We Were Young. Right. I really love that song. I love singing it. It means a lot to me.
What are your favorite lyrics you've ever written?
They're all on the new album.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yes.
Ooh.
Wait, get me pumped.
Throughout the clip, Adele shares lots of tidbits about herself. Her dream duet partner would be Chris Stapleton, not a bad choice. She would love for Barbra Streisand to cover one of her songs.
Not a bad choice.
And, this might surprise you, but her most prized possession. Not the Grammys, not all the awards. It's a piece of Celine Dion's chewing gum that James Corden framed and gifted her.
I stand. Now, we all know Adele has been a longtime fan of Beyonce, speaking of standing, and along with ranking her own top 3 songs, she was also asked to rank her favorite albums from the Queen Bee. I know it's tough, but scared the Beehive would come after her, she took on the challenge and ranked them as follows: Sasha Fierce, Lemonade, and B-Day. If that wasn't enough, in this clip, Adele also participated in a UK version of This or That, picking the Spice Girls over the Beatles and Prince Harry over Prince William. What did you think of those choices?
God bless.
They align with how I feel, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, I think she and Prince Harry would be the dynamic duo we never knew we needed, but...
And we do know how obsessed she is with the Spice Girls, okay? When she heard they were reuniting, she was like the first one to get tickets, I swear. We love it. We love it. You can watch all of Adele's 73 questions on Vogue.com.
Meghan McCain is opening up about why she walked away from her seat at the table on The View. In her new memoir, Meghan is getting candid about her decision to quit the most-watched show on daytime TV after 4, turbulent years. In her audio memoir, Bad Republican, she says the choice to walk away was not an easy one. She alleges that the work environment at the show was toxic, and the way she had been treated as the, quote, resident conservative made it impossible for her to stay. The tipping point, though, for her was this fiery moment back in January between she and co-host Joy Behar when Meghan returned from maternity leave.
You missed me so much when I was on maternity leave. You missed me so much. You missed fighting with me. Don't act like you missed fighting with me.
I did not miss you. Okay, somebody answer the question. Or I'm moving on.
Meghan sat down for an exclusive interview with ET's Rachel Smith, where she opens up about how Joy's remarks made her feel that day.
I just felt, in the moment, I started crying, and I had a panic attack in my office downstairs afterward. I threw up. It was a mess. It was like a total mess. And I say in a book that it just was no longer worth it to me, what I was giving up personally for. And I think in COVID, it was the first time that I really started thinking about my mental and emotional health. And I just thought, like, I just don't think this is how women should be treated when they come back from maternity leave.
So Meghan says that she hasn't spoken to Joy since her final show, and she doesn't expect an apology from her either. She also says that her readers might be surprised that there's only one chapter actually devoted to The View in her whole book. She covers a lot of ground about her life, including a painful experience with a miscarriage and grieving over the loss of her father, former Senator John McCain. Bad Republican is available on Audible now.
Lisa Rinna is shedding some light on what went down between daughter Amelia Hamlin and Scott Disick after their recent split. The couple called it quits back in September, but on Wednesday night's part 2 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion special, Lisa opened up about the breakup in a very Lisa Rinna kind of way.
Bill from Manhattan wants to know why they called it quits and who pushed the eject button first.
I think you just have to read the press, and Amelia did.
Can't control the mouth.
Were you glad she did?
Yes.
Did you push her towards that decision, or did she make it all on her own?
She made it all on her own.
The tea, Cassie.
I love the way she approached that. And listen, mamas know best.
Absolutely.
And she's known since the very beginning. And it's funny how they always seem to end up right about the people that we bring home.
But make no mistake, as much as she was against it, and she let it be known on Real Housewives, she also knew she couldn't control her daughter. She was an adult, so she let it happen.
As a parent, you let the kids live, make mistakes, learn, and move on.
Exactly. And
sometimes we do it over and over and over again.
But that's part of growing up, I guess.
Is.
But listen, this is the tea. Host Andy Cohen specifically asked Lisa if Scott's alleged DM scandal where he belittled his ex, Kourtney Kardashian's PDA with her new man, Travis Barker, if that had anything to do with Amelia's decision to dump Scott. And Lisa's answer? Well, she doesn't think it was that helpful, adding that there's never one reason why people split up, but now is the time to heal for both parties. The Housewives star also shared that she warned the former couple that she did, in fact, make comments about them before the Bravo show aired, and also clarified that Scott was actually very nice when she met him and that they had hung out about 3 times prior to the split.
Now moving on to Scott's recent SNL after party date as we catch you up on the latest from daytime to late night TV. That's right, we're talking about Khloe Kardashian. Remember these two arm in arm after SNL heading to the after party? The reality star appeared on Thursday's episode of Ellen and teased that the Kards will be returning to our TV screens this winter.
You already started shooting your new show, and it's on Hulu. And I hear it's going to be like soon.
Yeah, I think in a few months, either end of January, early February.
That's fast.
Really fast. So that's the beauty of Hulu. We're streaming and we get to have a much quicker turnaround than previously. And we're really excited. They're here now in the back shooting with us. And we're so happy to be, up and rolling again.
Meanwhile, Kim just made a debut of her own, of course, hosting the October 9th episode of Saturday Night Live, and we are still talking about it because not everyone seemed to be here for it. Deborah Messing received a ton of backlash for her tweet in response to Kim being named the MC. The actress wrote, quote, "Why Kim Kardashian? I mean, I know she is a cultural icon, but SNL has hosts generally who are performers who are there to promote a film, TV show, or album launch. Am I missing something?" Well, on Thursday, Deborah appeared on Tamron Hall, and she said that she was misunderstood.
I was not intending to troll her. And, if anybody took it that way, I apologize. That was never my intention. She is a cultural icon. I am someone who grew up with SNL. And I noticed that they changed the formula. And I was like, oh, does she have a new TV show coming out? And she didn't have anything coming out. So I was just confused.
The Will and Grace star went on to say that she watched Kim and thought, well, she was amazing.
And speaking of misunderstandings, Jimmy Fallon took his shtick to daytime, telling Kelly Clarkson he sometimes gets mistaken for another late night host.
This is about 2 years ago. I was walking to work and some girl stopped me and she goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know, like, you got me through a lot of tough times in my life. But watching your sketches and watching your jokes, it just got me through." So I go, "Oh, appreciate it. That's awesome." So I'm happy you're here. And we talked for about 20 minutes. And then she goes, "Can I have a picture?" I go, "Yeah, of course." So we took a picture. So I posed. She goes, can I have one for Snapchat?" I go, "Yeah, of course." So we take one for Snapchat. She's like, yeah. She goes, "Okay." And then we just say, "Okay, well, I'll talk to you later." I go, "Hey, nice to meet you." She's walking away. And as she's walking away, I swear, she goes, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I met Jimmy Kimmel."
Alexa Pennevega's son's traumatic injury, Meghan Markle's open letter to Congress, and Blake Lively's candid comment calling out paparazzi. Here are a few more Hollywood headlines we've got our eyes on. This is your daily download.
By now, a lot of you know that we had a really crazy Friday night, and it was a pretty bad accident with Kingston.
Alexa Pennevega is praising her son Kingston after he suffered a traumatic injury last week. The 2-year-old severed one of his fingers after being caught in the hinge of the bathroom door. Their doctor was unable to reattach the finger, but Kingston is in good spirits.
We're doing great. We're all closer than ever, and we're so thankful for all of your prayers.
Meghan Markle is sharing her personal story of struggle to help make the case for paid family leave in an open letter to Congress.
I think it's really important for people to understand.
In the letter, the Duchess of Sussex recalls making ends meet herself and urges those who make the decision to put a paid leave plan in place. Britney Spears' father, Jamie Spears, has hired new legal counsel.
I'm just so relieved.
The decision comes amid his suspension as conservator of her estate in September.
Hello, boys. It's so nice to finally meet you in person.
Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson are teaming up to stop Gal Gadot's heist in Netflix's Red Notice trailer, which just dropped Thursday. The action comedy will be shown in select theaters starting November 5th before hitting Netflix on November 12th.
Trusting a thief can be dangerous.
Meanwhile, Ryan's wife, Blake Lively, is slamming the paparazzi once again.
What, they didn't get it?
The actress, who is mom to daughters James, Inez, and Betty, is taking a stand against an Instagram account that has shared photos of her children in a since-deleted post. Lively has been vocal about the privacy of her kids in the past, and in a very candid comment, she pleaded with the account, saying, quote, "You said you would stop."
A lot of people are nuts about that song, When it comes on, they run up, they crank up their television set.
That was a 22-year-old Michael J. Fox in 1984, singing the praises, literally, of Entertainment Tonight. The Family Ties star telling us about the first time he realized he was famous.
I was in New York for the very first time, and I was walking down the street, and this little girl, she was about 15, she was with her mother, and she started crying. She saw me, and she came up, and she started crying, and she wanted to marry me and all this. She was weeping, visibly weeping, and I didn't know what to do. So I'm trying to calm her down and everything, and finally I looked to her mother for support, and her mother was weeping. And so I thought, I'm in trouble. Something is definitely happening here.
And it's been happening ever since. The icon recently sat down with ET's Rachel Smith to talk about his annual fundraiser, A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to Cure Parkinson's, as well as reflect on the past.
What would you tell a young Michael J. Fox just getting his start in the biz?
Just listen and don't be in a rush. I was in such a rush, I did everything so fast, which is why it's ironic that I got this disease. It slows me down. But even still, I go too fast. People say to me, slow down, slow down, slow down.
You can see more of our interview there with Michael J. Fox, including the impact he is making in the search for a cure for Parkinson's. His Foundation for Research has raised more than $1 billion, and that's all going down tonight on ET.
Moving on to another ET exclusive, Jersey Shore star Snooki is now in the business of making wine.
Thank goodness for that.
Thank goodness. God bless doing the Lord's work,
Really, though.
Snooki. She sat down with Rachel Smith for a fun game of sip or spill, and nothing, y'all, is off limits. Take a look.
So shall we play a little game of sip or spill?
Yes.
Yes? Are you game?
Okay, I love drinking games.
Here's
at 9
the
o'clock
gist.
in the morning.
There you go.
There you go.
Cheers.
You know. Sip or spill. The last time you got drunk, you blank.
It was last night, and I was doing drunk cameos.
Woo!
Woo!
That's a genius
I
idea.
feel like they're gonna complain because I was slurring. I don't know what I said, and I watched it this morning, and I was like, oh, those are bad. I'm having a glass of wine for you tonight. So happy freaking birthday, Mama.
All right, sip or spill, what's your favorite thing to do after a couple of glasses of wine?
Make out with my husband.
Ooh.
We're gonna slush.
Sip or spill, who from the Jersey Shore cast do you trust least?
Okay, Snooki sipped to avoid drama, but I did get the 33-year-old to spill all about her new wine line, Messy Mama.
We got to see you be a little messy over on Jersey Shore back in the day.
A little. I got arrested.
Ew,
off my arm, but get off.
And Snooki's got more than just her name attached to the wine.
How involved were you in the
100%.
process of it? Yeah?
My favorite part was tasting.
Naturally.
So I tasted like 20 different wines.
And from 20, Snooki pared it down to 2, a Chardonnay called Tantrum.
Well, I'm a mom of 3, as you know, and my kids always have tantrums. So why can't we have tantrums?
The other, a Cabernet, Chaos.
Now as a mom, wine is literally all I drink. It's like my juice. Like my kids have their juice, I have my wine juice.
There will be plenty of juice to go around on the next season of Jersey Shore Family Vacation, because Snooki is returning with her mini-me daughter, Giovanna.
Why return after you said, I'm done, I'm out of here? Gotta focus on the fam.
Yeah, I literally needed a mental break. I just feel like mental health is huge for me. And filming a reality show, it definitely tests your psyche a little bit. And then I watched the season and everyone having fun, and I'm like, oh my God, I have so much FOMO. And I was like, I cannot not go.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I feel like I had a good mental break.
Yeah.
Let me go back and test the waters and see how I feel. And I'm good now. So yeah, I'm gonna bring my daughter, and I'm really excited.
All right, now let's finish up this game.
Sip or spill, what, if any, plastic or cosmetic surgery procedures have you had?
I got my boobs done, I got a lift, and then I got an implant. I'm getting Botox on Friday, so I do Botox here, here.
Ooh.
I used to get my lips done, but I don't now because I started to look like a fish.
Well, you made it to the game.
I made it!
You did. I think we should just
survived.
Sip the
Yeah,
guys,
try
right?
it. Try it. It's delish.
Good stuff. That was a big sip.
And just like that, is Carrie Bradshaw moving on? What? Sarah Jessica Parker was caught on camera kissing another man on the set of the Sex and the City reboot. I know we have a problem with this, y'all.
Drama.
Here is the photographic evidence. The actress locking lips with a mystery man while standing in front of the iconic stoop outside Carrie's West Village apartment.
Who is this man?
Well, let me tell you, the actor in question is John Tenney. But as for his role, it still hasn't been revealed. And the only question we really need answered is, what happened to Mr. Big? In these previously released images from set, Carrie and Chris Noth's Mr. Big appear to be happily married and on a trip to Paris. But of course, these two are no strangers to turmoil, so nothing is off limits. There has been some speculation that Mr. Big passes away, okay?
Oh, that's really sad.
I know, or the two get to. I just watched the series for the first time, you guys, okay? So I am invested. At the same time, I was like, Mr. Big, you've done her dirty over the years, you know? So I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know, maybe it ends for good, but I hope it doesn't end his life.
Here's my thing with all of this is I know there have been rumors about a possible death or whatnot. This iteration of Sex and the City, it's not going to be happily ever after.
You don't think?
No, because that's not what keeps people tuned in.
But
they need some drama. They need some ebbs and flows. They need some
the
highs and
series
lows. They
ended
need
on
some
a happy
depth.
note. The movies ended up on a happy note. Maybe they are going to switch things up. I don't know. It is 2021.
I don't know. Well, meanwhile, from the looks of it, Carrie's love life won't be the only thing lighting up our screens when the reboot hits HBO Max this December, because Sarah Jessica Parker was spotted puffing on a cigarette while filming. Ma'am, it is 2021.
That's not cool
I mean,
anymore.
of course, her
not
character smoked during the original HBO TV series, but times have changed, ma'am. We need to quit it.
Put it down.
Why so serious?
Can you imagine Kristen Stewart playing the Joker? Some fans really want to make it a reality, and there is a big push on social media to cast Kristen as the Batman villain opposite her ex and Twilight co-star Robert Pattinson.
Of course the internet is doing this.
Yeah.
Well, fans, K-Stu wants you to know she sees what you're saying, she likes it, but she's really not interested. Stewart told Variety she loves the gusto behind the fan-led campaign, but that's going to be a no from her. However, she says she is, quote, totally down to play a freaky, scary person. Asked if it was a definitive no, Stewart says, not no, but not the most stoked I've ever been. Let's do something new. And girl, I don't blame you.
Right. Of course, the Joker role has led to iconic performances from actors like Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, and Joaquin Phoenix, just to name a few. Meanwhile, Edward Cullen himself, Robert Pattinson, is suiting up in the role of the Batman. The film is out in March 2022.
In the meantime, all eyes are on Kristen's transformation into the role of Princess Diana for the highly anticipated Spencer, which hits theaters in November.
What do actor Penn Badgley and rapper Cardi B have in common? Well, we're still trying to figure that out, but we do know they are fans of each other.
They are. Here's what we're talking about. So in a recent interview, the 34-year-old U star praised Cardi for her unique and authentic approach to social media. Well, the interview caught Cardi's eye, to which she excitedly replies, OMFG, he knows me. Oh my God, yo, like I'm famous. Penn then chimed into that, simply saying,
Here's the best part though. They both now have changed their profile pictures on the social media platform to a photo of each other. As you can see, Penn's profile on the left is a pic of Cardi, and Cardi's profile on the right is a pic of Penn. I personally just love the pic choices. The photos they decided, it's like they're in on the fun.
Good. And now I just want to know like what's going down in the DMs between them two.
Like, is she gonna be in You Season 4?
Maybe. I mean, Nicki Minaj is hosting. You never know what happens. Like, when you manifest something on social media, it just comes into existence.
I'm here for the new BFFs, though, okay? Well, thanks to my BFF for rocking purple with me today, and thank you guys for tuning in. Stick with the stream, more ET Live after this break.